So we're going to do a similar thing to what we did earlier on in this chapter. We're just going to be finding a single term in an expansion, but it now might be with much, much higher powers. So in the expansion of a plus b to the power of n, the general term is given by n choose r, a to the power of n minus r, b to the power of r. In other words, the r part will match one of the powers, and the powers have to add up to n in total. This is confusing. When you just see it with some examples, I think it's just going to make a lot more sense. So the binomial coefficient for this one, the power is 10, so it's going to be n is 10. And the power of x in the term that we're looking for is 3, so it's just going to be 3. We would then have x cubed and a to the power of 7, so that you can see these powers here having to add up to 10, and the choose function, the r part of the choose function of the binomial coefficient will match the power here. So in effect, x is behaving like b in this particular case that we have. So I'm not going to work out that whole thing, I'm just going to say it in these terms. So this one would be, the power is 75, and the r is going to be 50, and we're going to do 2x, we want it to be to the power of 50, which means that the minus 1 should be to the power of 25, so that you've got all of those bits adding together. This one, n is 12, and we're trying to choose 7. We're going to have the x term to the power of 7, which means that the 3 term would be to the power of 5, because 7 and 5 adds up to 12. And for this one, the power is 16. We want the power for x to be cubed, so I'm going to put the 3 there. We're going to have the 3x, which is going to be cubed, which means that the 4 should be to the power of 13. So again, it's just all of these patterns, and the more practice you do of these, the more connections that you will see between these, between all of the topics that we've done on this. Okay, we're just going to apply this to some questions. The coefficient of x to the power of 4 in the expansion of this, 1 plus qx to the power of 10, is 3,360. Find the possible value or values of the constant q. So we're now just going to try and find out the x to the power of 4 bit. Well, the power is 10. We want x to have a power of 4. So it's going to be a qx to the power of 4. And then there's going to be the 1 to the power of 6. So let's just work some of these things out. 10, choose 4. That's 210. You're then going to have q to the power of 4, x to the power of 4, and 1 to the power of 6 is just going to be 1. So we now have that the coefficient of x to the power of 4, this thing, which is the coefficient, is 3,360. So 3,360 is equal to 210 q to the power of 4. So we'll do 3,360 divided by 210. So 16 equals q to the power of 4. So I'm going to do my answer to the power of a quarter. And I know that therefore q is equal to 2. However, q could also be equal to minus 2. So it could be 2 or minus 2. And think about it, 2 to the power of 4 is 16, but also minus 2 to the power of 4 is also equal to 16. So we've got these two options for what q could be equal to. This time we have got an expansion again. I think it's to the power of 10 as well. This one was power of 10, yeah. In the expansion of 1 plus ax to the power of 10, where a is a non-zero constant, the coefficient of x cubed is double the coefficient of x squared. So we're going to have to find two of these things here. So if we're going to deal with the x cubed one to begin with, we know that it would be a 10 choose 3. We would have ax being cubed, and we would have 1 to the power of 7. So 10 choose 3 is 120. We would have a cubed, x cubed, and 1 to the power of 7 is just 1. So for the x squared part that we've got here, we're going to do 10 choose 2, ax squared, 1 to the power of 8. So let's do 10 choose 2. That's 45a squared x squared, and then again the 1 to the power of 8 is just going to be 1, so luckily we don't really need to deal with that. So this is my coefficient of x cubed, this is my coefficient of x squared, and it says the coefficient of x cubed is double the coefficient of x squared. So 120a cubed equals 90a squared. Well, I could divide both sides by a squared, but if I divide by a squared, that means that a squared is 0. So a is 0, but hang on a second, it says that a is non-zero, so this isn't going to be useful for us. So when I divide by a squared, I get 120a equals 90. And when I do 90 divided by 120, I'm just going to get 3/4. So my value of a is 3/4. So that should help you to be able to do some of the questions now in exercise 8D.